Sally, you should hear what this article is saying about diamonds.
I know they aren't easy to find. At least I never found one. Oh, remember the one we saw that was still rough? Does the article mention that they can be found in our part of Brazil, the Amazonas?
Yes, Sally, it says they are found in unlikely places, like among rocks, gravel, and small streams, like here in the Amazonas.
That reminds me of our Wesleyan Bible Seminary students. They are really like diamonds in the rough.
I thought of that too. Saved from insignificance and uselessness to become Christian workers who are polished and beautiful. Brazil is equal in size to the continental United States, yet we have only 15 Wesleyan churches scattered through this vast country of 140 million people. We have been involved through Wesleyan World Missions in the Wesleyan Evangelical Seminary in Manaus since its beginning more than 20 years ago. In recent years, Brazilian pastors have joined us as Bible school teachers. Effective training includes more than classroom learning. It involves training the whole person.
Diamond polishing includes firm, loving discipline, counseling, learning to live by a schedule, praying, and working together, and learning how to get along with one another. In our home, there is a girls' dorm, classroom, kitchen, dining room, and library. We desperately need a building to accommodate some of these activities.
How grateful we are for the work team from the Dakotas who helped start the new men's dorm, now nearing completion. But that's only the first step. Much more needs to be done. Bible seminary students receive further polishing in the practical aspects of ministry in local Western churches. They are also involved in administration and teaching ministries, in the planning of new churches, and pastoring established churches. We supervise and counsel the students, helping them to become more polished diamonds than ever before.
Like the coveted diamonds of the Amazon, our diamonds in the rough came from a very unlikely place, the drug scene. Josimar started using drugs when he was 12 years old. Later, he bought a taxi and was quite successful at earning a living. The taxi was a handy way for him to push drugs. One day, Josimar tried to overcharge a missionary. The missionary witnessed to him. Later, a man who owned a local lunch stand, a member of one of our Wesleyan churches, witnessed to him. Not long after that, Josimar, spaced out on drugs, fell asleep at the wheel. He veered off the road and nearly hit a telephone pole. Sensing that God had spared his life, alone and weeping in his taxi, he gave his heart, his broken life, and his broken marriage to the Lord. Josimar's life was changed dramatically through the power of God. He felt a call to the ministry and is now in his 3rd year at Wesleyan Evangelical Seminary. He was appointed to start a work in St. Joseph. Three months later, we held a Metromove seminar with St. Joseph as a target area for the practical work. Since then, the church has been organized. Through great sacrifice, the congregation has built the first unit of an educational building and is using it for a sanctuary. Through a painful, difficult process, Josimar has become a dynamic pioneer pastor. another diamond.
Brazil has 11 cities of more than 1 million people. Men like Ozima are the key to reaching these cities for Christ. God is doing great things in Fortaleza, Ceará, a city of 2 million. Wesleyan missionaries Ron and Betty Pickett, along with Brazilian Wesleyans, are forming a new church district in Fortaleza. 3 churches have already been built, and many are finding God. With the help of the generous peace offering, more buildings are being constructed. Pastor Tim and Marcia Fisher have just arrived in Fortaleza to set up a Bible school, helping to shape diamonds in the rough into beautiful, many-faceted Christian workers.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if every Wesleyan could visit Brazil to see what God is doing?
It sure would be. Then they would see the importance of praying that God would send us more workers.
Every Wesleyan can have a part in our ministry, though. We can always use help with construction.
And those who can't go to Brazil can help by giving.
I'm excited about returning to our work in Brazil.
Yes, I'm happy that God has given us the privilege of being a part of the process of finding, cutting, and polishing these diamonds.
Someday, Zechariah's prophecy about Christ will be fulfilled. He will proclaim peace to the nations. His rule will extend from sea to sea and from the river to the ends of the earth. The Lord will save them on that day. They will sparkle in his hand like jewels in a crown. How attractive and beautiful they will be.